Wonderful good day, ladies and gentlemen. Vancouver Resource Investment Conference, and we move now to Africa, to Burkina Faso and Roxgold. I'm here at the booth with John Dorward, who is the president and CEO. John, thanks for taking time.
Good afternoon, thank you very much.
Good afternoon, yeah. Well, Burkina Faso, we come to that in a second. First of all, Roxgold. What, a little bit of an overview of the company, what you are doing.
Certainly, we are in the process of developing and constructing the Yaramoko Gold Project in Burkina Faso. Yaramoko is a very high-grade underground project, and we're anticipating first gold from our construction in the second quarter of this year, 2016.
Oh, so you are pretty close for the construction, sorry.
Absolutely, so we're about 70% complete now.
Wow, fantastic. So there are no issues with financing, with whatever, you are in the plan?
Yes, so the project is on schedule and on budget, and we're fully financed at the project to complete to get us through into production.
Okay, great. Let's get to some numbers. How many ounces do you want to produce per annum? What are the all-in sustaining costs, or even better, the all-in costs per ounce?
Sure. So, life of mine, over the 8-year life of mine, we produce 100,000 ounces a year. The first 2 years, we're looking at 120,000 ounces per annum, at an all-in sustaining cost over the life of mine of $590 per ounce.
Oh, that's pretty low. Wow. So that's all in probably about 650 or whatever, something like that?
That's correct. So, the cost profile is driven by the very high-grade nature of the Yaramoko project. Yeah. We have an indicated resource of just under 16 grams per tonne, which will lead to a milled head grade of just on 12 grams per tonne over the life of the mine.
Oh, that's a lot. Wow, I like it. Fantastic. Yeah. What is the payback then? It must be below 2 years or something, right?
That's correct. So when we did our feasibility study, it was 1.6 years for a payback.
Okay, great. So we talk about an initial mine life of what, about 8-9 years at least?
8 years,
right?
yes.
But is there any room for, let's say, more exploration while you are producing?
Absolutely. So we have our current mine plan to mines underground to 430 metres below surface. We have high-grade inferred resource all the way to 900 metres. So we're not actually even mining halfway through the vertical extent of our deposit as we know it. So we need to do some more infill drilling, which we're looking to do. We're going to do some more drilling in the upper regions of the mine this year. And we also have some satellite exploration opportunities, most notably Bagassi South, which is just less than 2 kilometres to the south of the 55 zone, where we're aiming to have a resource estimate in the second quarter of this year.
Wow, fantastic. So when you say 2 kilometres away only, you can use your process plant and the whole infrastructure, right?
Yeah, the plan, I mean, it's early days, so we need to complete a current drill program. We're currently drilling there, infill, to enable us to do a resource. If everything checks out and works, then the idea would be that we'd be able to truck it up the road to our 55 zone where we're currently building the processing facility.
Fantastic. Wow, that sounds pretty easy. Maybe one word to Burkina Faso. I mean, there has a lot of unrest going on. Have you been affected?
We haven't been affected at a local level. There's been the political scene in Burkina Faso was a little unsteady for the last 12 months. Most recently, the country had its first really free and fair election in November with a new president installed in December. And I think the country is very optimistic about having had that sort of democratic process, having a chap, Michael Christian Kabore, elected with a majority in the first round. So I think that's led to a good feeling of optimism.
Okay.
Unfortunately, as your viewers would be aware, there was a terrorist attack in Ouagadougou last week.
At the hotel, or was that right?
That's right, at the Splendid Hotel and the Cafe Cappuccino.
Yeah.
Terrible tragedy. Unfortunately, this is becoming sort of more commonplace around the world, not just Burkina Faso. So we've stepped up our security. We're working with the local authorities to ensure that we remain secure, and we are certainly hoping for the best going forward.
Fantastic, good, great. So, production starts this year. Of course, first of all, how have you financed the mine? I think it was debt and equity probably you have to pay back, but now afterwards you are very profitable. What do you want to do with the money? Maybe there's a dividend for shareholders possible, or
Absolutely.
What are other plans?
Absolutely, so we financed the mine with a mix of debt and equity, as you say. Debt came from a very standard project finance facility with Société Générale and BNP Paribas, so two well-known French banks active in the mining space. They've lent us $75 million, which we have drawn down $51 million to date, and expect to draw down the 24 outstanding over the coming months.
Fantastic.
We would like to obviously start repaying that debt, and then have cash available to both grow the deposit, do additional exploration, but also certainly start to look at paying a dividend in the future. And that's a topic of conversation at board level quite frequently.
I think that's exactly what shareholders want to hear.
Absolutely.
Right? Great. John, thank you very much for that, and all the best, and we keep fingers crossed, and also that the situation goes better, not only Burkina Faso, worldwide, because we don't need those terrorist attacks, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Great projects, congratulations on that, and I like the dividend plan.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, there was John Dorward, the president and CEO of Roxgold. Well, you heard it, second quarter, they go into production, all is set up and done and ready for takeoff. And the company wants to pay some dividends, and watch the company, check it out. Thanks for watching us from Vancouver. Bye bye.